Good morning and welcome to Samadhi Game. This Monday morning, the 28th of January, and it seems like it's springtime outside here in Tijeras, New Mexico. And hopefully we're getting another storm in here soon, so send that snow from Canada, send that snow from Europe, from the East Coast, send it here now. We need some skiing here in New Mexico. The season is getting late. So thank you for joining us, MP. Nice to see you, Barbara. Nice to see you. And the many others who join that don't log in and have a presence on the chat. Welcome to Samadhi Game. Today we're going to surprise you. We're going to delight you and change the agenda. We're going to escalate and reset your expectations with the manifesto of enlightenment that is Samadhi Game. So let's take Samadhi Game. Let's just dive right into it. Let's dive into saying these words that will change our expectations of who we are, that will surprise ourselves as to the immensity of our being, that will delight us with the ever-present joy and bliss of the samadhi that reigns within, no matter what's happening outside, changing the agenda from the vagaries of the dual human ego and all the cross currents of events that occurs in our lives, pluses and minuses, to the joy and wonder and neutral witness of that Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Son, conscious awareness. And let's escalate the joy. Let's escalate the samadhi so that it actually becomes a tangible, living presence in our worlds. So, that said, here we go. Come back here. And I'm going to change a dimension on this for you. I didn't do that earlier. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's just do this real fast. The dimensions on the size of this broadcast manifesto. Let's see if that helps. We're going to go ahead and restart this mantra then. And we'll just get it back. Here we go. O glorious shadowless light of eternity, that brilliance of I am Samadhi, shining in the void as 10,000 suns, descend, descend, descend as the tangible substance of loving splendor, dazzling intelligence and palpable power for all to absorb and identify with, as the full and only authority throughout the earth, the boundless treasure house of the universe, and our infinite I am Samadhi of scintillating fire and dazzling light, that I am. I release the power of mastery without limit now, revealing the self and flooding forth perfect miracles and all activities, bringing to pass the enlightenment of the ages, and letting every being on earth sense and surrender to the intimacy of this light. Everywhere, the fullness of this self expanding as love, wisdom, and joy forever. Now, great songs of praise and gratitude burst forth from the heart of humanity for that silent splendor poured out to all. Now, Pure love rose forth from the heart of the secret love star, drenching the earth with the glory and ecstasy of golden pink liquid light.
Now,
The oneness of supreme love, wisdom, and blazing joy overwhelms this whirl of duality in its glowing orb of transmutation, reconciliation, and dominion, making of Terra a smiling sun of everlasting, all-powerful, limitless light, casting no shadow, and in which only that absolute perfection can forever dwell. Now, I am limitless gifts of all good things, anointing the earth with abundance, healing, and happiness for all mankind. O presence of the shadowless light from out the great silence, we identify with thee now. I am the elation and exhilaration, freedom and liberation of this eternal experience and gnosis of samadhi, its ecstatic hearing, blissful feeling, cosmic scent, sublime taste, and immaculate vision, holding all safely within that compassionate diamond heart forever. I intensify this feeling tone of I am shadowless light in acknowledgement, acceptance, and awareness, surrender, devotion, and adoration for this state of knowing that, this all-pervading I am samadhi, the intelligence of the heart that is divine illumination. I, and here you can say a name which dubs you, which knights you, which makes you a lady of the court of this round table of samadhi. For instance, I might say, and it's something that would come, let me just go online here for this. This is something that would come as a next step for you. Something that you're trying to step into, putting on a certain type of mantle, if you will. When a knight puts on an armor, he has different types of armor he can choose from. He says, today I'm going to battle. I need the thickest armor around me. But sometimes all he needs is some chainmail. That's all he needs, because he's just going to be in a sword fight. He wants to be able to move quickly. So you can change whatever the armor is, this mantle that you're going to wear. And today, I'm going to wear Gregory Donald Brinkley, head of the Brinkley clan.
There you go.
Head of the Brinkley clan. Gregory Donald Brinkley, head of the Brinkley clan. Gregory Donald Brinkley, head of the Brinkley clan. Gregory Donald Brinkley, head of the Brinkley clan. You've got to get used to how the name feels on you. How does it feel for me to be the head of this family now, as my father is now gone? I'm the oldest surviving male member of the Brinkley family. And so how does that feel? So you have to put it on and start to wear that auric field. So you out there on the internet, MP, Barbara, say your name aloud. Yes. And we'll come back to the mantra. And then we say, we are standing in that mantle just as is the ascended master. Let me get this going. Jesus. We could say any master, which is befitting for your particular devotion, whether it be Gautama or Muhammad, the ascended Master Jesus, to this shadowless light, its feeling tone and state of knowing, that I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. And so we're surprising, we're delighting, and we're changing the agenda. We're escalating our expectations. We're resetting our expectations with an escalated acceleration of consciousness with Samadhi Game Manifestos. Let's go back to it and continue that escalation. With every mantra, we escalate this light in our beings a little deeper, a little more profoundly. Come on, let's give this ancient mantra and then follow it with the version, the same mantra in English. Om Namah Shivaya, Hey Hey, Satchidanandamritaye, Nishprabhashaya Shantaya, Yada Say, Om Namah Shivaya, Hey Satchidanandamritaye, Nishprabhashaya Shantaya, Yada Say. Om Namah Shivaya Guruve Satchidanandamritaya Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Nyaradamaya Tejas. Now in English. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher.
This samadhi that I am
Takes the form of truth, consciousness and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher. This samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. And let's say this one more time. Now, instead of saying the name Lord Shiva, you can actually say the name that you gave for yourself with that appellation of the mantle you wear today. So it goes something like this. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Gregory Donald Brinkley, the head of the Brinkley clan. That is the true teacher. This samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. So there we go. Welcome.
What was today's member? Because they didn't hear anything when you first opened up.
Well, I did. I had it actually. I think it was they were hearing the first part of it, but when I switched to the screen, the manifesto screen, I think that's when I forgot to change the sound over to the microphone on that screen.
Good.
A little bit of technical jargon for you there. Let's keep going. What we're doing is we're accelerating our consciousness with each one of these mantras. We're escalating the energy of enlightenment that can be held in the chalice of our four lower bodies. Our four lower bodies are the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the etheric. There's in Chinese medicine, they call this all these qi lines. That would be the etheric body. So this running of the energy over the body is the etheric membrane, if you will. And it actually sculpts in time and space an etheric membrane around the body. Some people call it the auric field. So our aura, our physical body, our emotional body, and our etheric body. All these four lower bodies are being held by this light. Let's go ahead and go on now and do the opening pillar of light, the pillar of the world, establishing around ourselves this pillar of light, this pillar of the world, protecting us from negativity and allowing us to reach into and feel the core of our being more strongly so that we can give that gift that we have to give. Gone. Sublime I am, samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet compassionate flame, in, through, and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies,
effortlessly dissolving,
consuming,
transmuting,
and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I am samadhi. And each time we give these mantras through, we repeat them through the outline of the matrix of perfection, which each of these mantras embeds in our consciousness, becomes more real, more stabilized, more grounded, more tantrically abundant in our lives. So let's give it again 2 more times. Sublime I am, samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet compassionate flame. In and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world,
stabilized, supported, and
sustained by the brilliant, elegant one, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I am samadhi. And you'll find, if you give this mantra enough times, you'll find yourselves walking down a street and just picking up a part of this mantra in your consciousness and saying, there it is again. It just keeps reestablishing itself throughout the day to protect you, to guide you, to direct you. Sublime I am, samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet compassionate flame. In and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light
as it shines,
radiates and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant one, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I am samadhi. Om. We can hold up our hands too. So holding up the hands establishes the Om around us as a shield, and that's very good. It can also be establishing a radiance from our hearts through our hands to anyone that we would like to have specifically blessed. And I'm holding my hands and holding it knowing that there is Barbara, Forche, and Mary Pere on the line today. So we're holding up and sending this love to you both. And to those that don't have a Ustream identity yet, we're also sending it to you. Oh, much love. Oh, we're a community of light. When we come together, we escalate, we surprise, we delight, and we change the agenda. And we reset the expectations of who we are and what we can do on this planet. Eternity is my home. I do all that is necessary to actualize this ever-fresh realization and organize my life around it. And we're going to give the odium reflecting one-way mirror. This is a sort of a tough mantra, but it really helps us when there are people, almost inevitably, when you stand and you hold the light, when you stand for the truth of eternity, that truth of eternity begins to align itself with the truth of your manifestation. And often, however that manifestation be, whether it be art or spiritual graces or lawyering or massaging or nutritional counseling, whatever it be for you, the truth of eternity begins to align itself with your individual truth. And when that happens, that's light that beams forth from you. And oftentimes others can't stand it. And when that happens, they'll start to begin to direct calumny, injustice, the misunderstanding back to you because of it affects something within them. And you do have to protect yourself. As much as we stand enlightened and still love them despite the iniquities that they begin to live and direct at you, we have to still love them. And yet we need to put up that mirror, that reflecting mirror that rays back to them the full vision of who they are and the negativity that they produce, so they can see and change it before it creates too much karma for them. So this is actually a really compassionate and forgiving mantra, even though it sounds rather tough. So let's go to it. Odium reflecting, one-way mirror I am. About this pillar of light, this pillar of the world, this forgiving samadhi that I am, here, manifest now.
About me.
A one-way mirror reflecting back to its sender. And if you know a name of someone who is creating an injustice, a calumny, a gossip about you, you can say the name, and that person will then receive a little bit more than just the impersonal of just, this happens. And then we say, this is what we're reflecting back. These qualities are what we're reflecting here now, so we don't have to take them on ourselves. If people are truly sending this to us, then it is truly their responsibility to balance this energy, and it is compassionate for us to send it back to them, for them to balance it and learn how to balance it and reconcile it within their own being. All odium, hatred, ill will, disgust, abhorrence, repugnance, revulsion, loathing, detestation, obloquy, opprobrium, vituperation, condemnation, denunciation, abuse, criticism, censure, defamation, denigration, calumny, insults, castigation, excoriation, disgrace, dishonor, shame, discredit, stigma, humiliation, loss of face, ignominy, disfavor, disrepute, infamy, stain, hostility, antipathy, anger, abomination, and scandal. And now we have this little mantra that we can say, and again, we can hold up our hands like this, just like you do at a football game when they go reverse the tide, reverse the tide. Actually, this is a mantra that's taken from an American football game. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's reverse the tide of all negativity using that one-way mirror, that odium reflecting one-way mirror. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, roll them back, roll them back, roll them back.
Reverse the tide, reverse the tide.
Reverse the tide, reflections command. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide. Roll them back, roll them back, roll them back. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide. Roll them back, roll them back, roll them back. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command. Then with gusto. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide. Roll them back, roll them back, roll them back. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide. Roll them back, roll them back, roll them back. Reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reverse the tide, reflections command. Here! Manifest now in, and then we replace and we affirm that we see this person or these people or even these unknown people who stand and send negativity to us because of the truth and the light that we wield. We see in them all forgiveness, pardon, absolution, exoneration, remission, dispensation, clemency, mercy, reprieve, amnesty, grace, compassion, charity, forbearance, quarter, humanity, kindness, empathy, tolerance, generosity, boon, favor, peace, magnanimity, and beneficence. In the fullness of cosmic joy, we accept this in miracles manifest here and now, with unconditional love, wisdom, and power, anchored in the earth, air, fire, water, and akasha, and tangibly manifest in our lives and the lives of all evolutions of light throughout cosmos. And so we're accelerating, we're surprising, we're delighting, we're changing the agenda with each mantra that we give. Barbara online asks, is there something we can do to release fear, please? Every mantra that we do is a release of fear here in Samadhi Game. The manifestos that identify ourselves with that neutral witness, with that Christos consciousness, that I am core of being. There is no fear there. There is no desire there. It is who we are, neutral to all things. We choose then to manifest our lives in the 4 quadrants of matter. We choose then to use the pluses and the minuses of creation to create art and healing in this world of form. So every mantra that we give, Barbara, encircle me now. Every mantra is a removal of fear. Let's go ahead and give another mantra. I think you're right. Let's give
Akasha. Akasha is
it's the etheric.
Etheric.
It's the etheric membrane. It wraps around us. Let's see if I can find this mantra that encircling now. The Akashic membrane is this gossamer veil of light that sits around us. Its chakra is the throat chakra. It sounds like the wind through the needles of pine.
Nice.
And the reason it sounds like that is because this is the constriction. You can even see it physically in the body. This is a place where the light must flow through as it passes up and down through the Sushumna. And so you get this whooshing sound of light.
Is it breath? Or is
it's not, well, you can be, even if you breathe, you put the tongue at the top of the mouth. Let's just try it right here for a moment, because Samadhi Game does involve other meditations and techniques other than just the science of the spoken word. But putting the tongue at the top of the mouth and breathing in. Listen to this.
I love that sound.
Letting that sound in the back of the throat sound reminds us of how the etheric sounds as it moves through our chakras. And so we can use these little symbols of touch and sound as symbols of this etheric thing that's happening with us, this elevator of consciousness which we call the core, or in the East, the Sushumna, this core of being, this neutral witness. As it moves, as the consciousness moves up and down it, from the top, the crown chakra, to the root chakra, there is a sound with each chakra. This chakra is the sound of the etheric. Yes, like the ocean, like the rolling of tides. Let's go ahead and breathe again. Tongue at the top of the mouth, the Samadhi Game breath, the Saga breath. Breathing down the front side of the body. You make the sound, because I'm going to talk it, speak it. And then as you breathe out, up the spine. And as you breathe in, seeing and feeling this light as it comes and courses down through the face, through the throat, opening the heart, the solar plexus, the stomach. And then as it turns and rushes up the spine in the exhalation. This visualization, if you do it over and over again and breathe this breath, will become a very conscious stream of thought, of energy. This breath becomes a pathway of light, which you become so familiar with that you can do it easily, spontaneously, as you stand in line at the checkout counter in the supermarket or the health food store. It's very relaxing.
I like yours better.
I loved it. It was very good.
No, I love your sound.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give now the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light. Just a comment here. When we breathe this breath up and down the spine, we're charging the spine. It's like rubbing the two poles of being together, positive and negative, the Ida and the Pingala, as they say in the East. And when you do this, friction occurs. When you run the current through a wire, you get these lines of force around the wire. You get this radiant field. The Akasha, the Akashic membrane grows, it thickens around you. And so we're going to affirm this encircling of this radiance around us now as a result of our breath. Come on.
And this is one for fear.
And this one will reduce our fear. By affirming the truth of our being, our fear is automatically reduced. And here is the truth of our being. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light, encircle me now, encircle me now, encircle me now. I am this loving splendor encircling me now. I am this living prana-chi encircling me now. I am this liquid crystal fire encircling me now. I am this samadhi encircling me now. This I radiate, 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 as the active intelligence of powerful, conscious volition that I am. I govern this exhaustless energy and precipitate all things into form. Of those who come under the radiation of this, my radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light, including, and here you can name those ones that you would like to have ensconced in your radiance. You can feel the radiance when you're in love. When you have that love moving on the pole of being, on that Shishimni, you can feel it. You know it when the sun rises and it's beautiful, or the sun sets and it's beautiful. You feel it. And you can feel that love as it holds the image of your loved one in your mind's eye, in your heart. We hold the image of our loved ones in our third eye chakra. We let the heat and warmth of our heart chakra expand to the altar of that being. And then continuing on and through, and we can say, because we are a community, we are a tribe, let's say these words that are in italic here. The Samadhi Game Community, and Primera Agua Healing and Enlightenment at Sunny Meadow, which is where we are broadcasting from right now. I ignite and I expand the illuminating center within their bodies, emotions, and minds into that active, perfect, and eternal garment of enlightenment. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light, that I am. Instantly bring healing to and make art of all dual human ego in my world. Making art, making art, making art. Opening wide the door of my heart to the ineffable, divine, and present existence and expression and expansion. I am the wide open door of my heart, flooding forth the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light, the enchanting essence of my electronic body, and I am Samadhi. I balance, blaze, and dazzle the threefold activity of my heart Samadhi. Ennobling love, wisdom, and power encircles me, now and forever bringing healing to and making art of every dual human ego activity. Free me to leap into divine union with the source of these, the shining three. I am the mighty, magic, electromagnetic circle of invincible, liquid love, light, and life substance, instantly transmuting and harmonizing, healing, making art of every discordance or distraction that seeks to enter or intrude itself, masquerading as the I am me. I am the self-sustaining perfection of my world, enfolded in the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light. The Samadhi that I am, I remain. Vanish the veils of light and shade. I abide in the shining truth of divine law and the justice of eternity. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. Let's say it again. There's such a thing as the kindness pledge. Let's be the lake of kindness. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. And so we can take any one of these mantras and repeat them endlessly if we like, burning it into our subconscious and unconscious minds so that throughout the day we remember this pledge of kindness, which is so real with every mantra of Samadhi game. Every mantra, every Om pledges ourselves, vows tangibly, physically, that we will maintain the samadhi in the physical world. Let's give our om, raising up our hands again, and we'll come back to the mantra after 3 ohms. Om. Om. Vibrate it strong. Om. Feel it around you again. Om. And now as a tribe. Om. Let's feel it for a few moments. When we sound these mantras as a tribe, even though we're separated in time and space, we are coming together in time and giving these mantras together, and when we do so, there creates a resonance that is more powerful than a steaming locomotive, can leap tall buildings in a single bound. How does it go? More powerful than a locomotive, can leap tall buildings in a single bound. Who is he?
Underdog?
No.
Oh, Superman.
Superman! And that's what we're doing. We're creating a super conscious state of awareness. And that super conscious awareness can have its manifestation. In fact, it will have its manifestation. There is no turning back this light.
As if it's already done.
It is already done. We just have to convince ourselves of it. These mantras are convincing ourselves. It's surprising ourselves that we are as vast as the universe. We are delighting ourselves with the joy of this samadhi. We are changing the agenda, escalating and resetting our expectations with every mantra that we give. Come on, let's finish this mantra. I am commanding all therapies within this, the inner magic of my radiant circle of healing love, to be revealed with the art of life and liquid white light of samadhi, the all-pervading, serene and harmonizing bliss. And then we feel ourselves sitting in this samadhi, sitting in this joy, taking it in, drinking it in. Why not? Just dunk your head in it. Go ahead. No waiting. Why wait for someone to tell you that it's all right to experience this joy? No. You decide now, the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment, that you will live in samadhi now. You will have the full manifestation of love, the full twin flame love now. No waiting. Let's continue to manifest the power of this mantra, the power of this momentum and this memory of who we really are. This delight, this change in the agenda, this change in the playing field. From that of the dual human ego to that of our neutral witness. This Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, monarch, divine Mother, Father, Son, conscious awareness. Why not? Say it with me. From billowing clouds in the spotless sky of the tangible I am, samadhi that I am, comes now a downpour of the memory and momentum of the golden river, sustained enlightenment and divine direction, a drenching of mastery and dominion here and now.
Rivulets of wise thinking,
Lovely feeling and powerful activity, converging as the eternal sweep of the sacred Ganga.
The memory and momentum of
Love, wisdom, and power flooding forth like a million Niagara Falls, ceaselessly descending into and around all my thoughts, feelings, and activities, including, and here, manifest, say, your plans for the day. Today I'm going to visit a certain client, and then I'm going to visit a certain doctor, and then I'm going to go swimming and get some great exercise and deep breath, and then I'm going to go to Whole Foods and give love and give a gift of touch to people at Whole Foods, and then I'm going to come home to Robbie, who has been spending her day as an artist, and find that she's created art on the table of food, and we are going to then to have a dinner of perfect love and joy together and look in each other's eyes and say, I love you. To harmonize and perfect them now, as Christos, as Krishna, as Buddha, as Allah, as Pharaoh, as monarch, as the Divine Mother, Father, as the Sun, conscious, neutral, witness, awareness. I enter this golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction here and now, bathing in the streaming memory and momentum of love, life, and light. I take command of all thoughts, feelings, and actions, below the highlands of superconscious living in awareness. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. 3 more times. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. So we are the lake of kindness. And we are the sea of mirth. O loving I am Samadhi that I am. O Ganesha, O great divine director and the great karmic board, that I am. I invoke your memory and momentum of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. I am that guidance now. I am that courage and strength that acts. And in my attention to my men with me, women with Robbie, purpose, plan, focus, freedom, dharma, and death, I hold my scepter of dominion and power sustained from the joyous I am Samadhi that I am. I descend in the whirlwind radiance of this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun, conscious awareness. I envelop my 4 lower bodies with the unbroken thrill of that neutral witness and unique sexual essence. And I stand guard over my entire consciousness, being, and world, 24/7.
O eternal
I am Samadhi, beyond all imagination of expectancy. I charge my physical, emotional, mental, and etheric bodies with that memory and momentum of full conscious realization, as I issue the following command to all the polarized human creation and ego etched in my pranas, chakras, and meridians, and those of the entire planetary body. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the abided light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the abided light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the abided light of Samadhi. I let the instantaneous release of the self-luminous, infinitely intelligent light substance issue forth without limit from the immortal Samadhi that I remember I am.
And I
Charge these pranas, chakras, and meridians, thoughts and feelings, activities, and environment with a victorious memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, such that all polarized human creation and ego is instantly transmuted and transfigured into refined and perfected states of awareness, action, and physicality. Breathing. So we spin these chakras. We exercise the elevator of consciousness, which is the Sushumna, the core. We visualize this breath moving down the front side of the body, opening up the soft parts of the body to love, and then shivering up the spine to the crown. The cycle of light, the cycle of life. We surprise ourselves. We delight ourselves. We change the agenda now. We escalate and reset our expectations moment by moment, stepping into that leader of the Brinkley clan. Whatever it is that you've chosen for yourself as that appellation, that today you will step a little bit further. Each one of these mantras dissolving and consuming the fear of holding our true self in physicality, in this embodiment, our gift to give gone. We all have this fear in our core that when we give our gift, no one's going to listen. No one's going to accept it. We're going to be criticized, condemned, or judged, crucified. And that's possible. But you know what? Better your gift and fail than another's and succeed. So says Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita. Samadhi game is divided into 4 chapters. We've been doing mantras out of the first chapter only. If you'd like to take chapter 2 up on your own, you can download Samadhi Game at samadhigame.com. It's a free download. Look at chapter 2. It deals with the dual human ego. Go into it. Practice the enlightenment with squares process. That will truly clear the fear from your world, because you have to look at it clearly. You have to see the fear clearly in order to be able to clear it from your world. So go to chapter 2. Read Samadhi Game chapter 2. Do the enlightenment with squares process of chapter 2. Go back to some of the archived versions of Samadhi Game until you find one where we deal with that. We do that quite often, not quite often, but occasionally we do the squares process online. You might be able to see one. We should go back in some time and mark those.
Which ones are squares?
Squares.
I was just,
so that people will know.
That. Yeah.
We've done quite a few squares over the years, and they're valuable. Yeah. And then go into chapter 3. Accelerate your consciousness. Part of what we're talking about today is escalating, which is like saying accelerating. Escalating your consciousness to a new dimension, a new speed of enlightenment, rather than sitting back and saying, well, enlightenment's going to happen.
It doesn't happen. You have to make it happen.
It actually does happen, but it happens so slowly.
Yeah.
At the normal pace, it's so slow, and that's it's shocking to people when they step into an accelerated rate of the process of enlightenment. It shocks them, and they don't want it. It's painful sometimes, because you've got to go through the karmas. You've got to go through the shifts in consciousness and in life that will free you to actually live at the pace that you're designed to live at. Sometimes that means leaving some friends and relatives in the dust and moving forward on your own. Sometimes it means holding new friends and new people into your lives and holding them in such a way that they can come with you. They can follow in your backdraft, or what do they call it?
Your footsteps.
The slipstream. The slipstream of your consciousness, like behind you, when you get behind a truck on the highway, you can feel your drafting. You can feel your body, your car being pulled along because of their effort that they are cutting already the wind, breaking the wind. All of these things, it means all of this. So create your own slipstream and just keep looking behind you to see who's coming with you. And then reach out and grab them and say, come on, you can do it. Stay with me. And pretty soon they'll know it all just like you, and they'll be able to stand in front of you and they'll give you a break. And they'll take the lead, and you can just follow along as they slipstream you for a while. And so that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Maybe this embodiment, maybe the next. The next time they'll slipstream you until you're both accelerating at such a pace that you just fly right off the road and into the highest realms of light. So go to that 3rd chapter for that acceleration. And for the final chapter of Samadhi Game, the 4th chapter, that's all about tantric awareness and abundance. You want abundance in your world. Clear your world of the dual human ego. Create that slipstream. Identify with your divine identity and manifest it all as your gift to give gone. And abundance will flow. Abundance will follow. So there you go. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to leave you with music from these beautiful children singing, and hope you enjoy the day and continue throughout the day remembering to surprise yourself. to delight yourself, to change the agenda, to escalate, and even reset your own expectations moment by moment. Okay, have a great day. Leaving you with some music.
Trees where you sit shall crowd into a shade. Trees where you sit shall crowd into a shade. Shall crowd into a shade. Shall crowd into